Hello students, welcome you back in the next session of practicals. Today we are starting with second experiment. Okay. So in this experiment we are going to study the dependence of electric current and the potential difference. This is also known as Ohm's law. You know that the scientist Ohm gave the relationship between the electric current and the potential difference. Okay. So let us start the experiment. In this experiment we are going to connect a circuit, and from that circuit we are going to take readings and we are going to draw the graph, and by using the nature of the graph we are going to derive Ohm's law. Okay, that Ohm's law, that the current is directly proportional to the potential difference, or potential difference is directly proportional to the current, which we are going to prove here. Okay, so in this experiment the apparatus you can see here, the apparatus are, see here, this is voltmeter, ammeter, you can see here the resistance is given, this is called as rheostat, variable resistance, here battery is there and key is there. Okay, so all these apparatus we are going to assemble and we are going to complete the circuit to take the readings. Here you can see the names of the apparatus are shown. You have to complete it by seeing here. On the top you can see that you know that this is symbol of resistance. So write down resistance here. Down this V shows that it is a voltmeter. Then this A is given. This is ammeter. This is cell, or you can say battery. Here it is a key, and here it is rheostat, that is variable resistance or changing resistance. Okay. So how the circuit is to be joined, that is shown here. Always you have to start from battery. The positive terminal of the battery goes to ammeter here. Negative terminal goes to key. From key you have to connect to the rheostat. Okay, so this one part is over here. Then from ammeter you have to connect to voltmeter, or then here at voltmeter you have to connect two wires, or at resistance you have to connect two wires. See, voltmeter and resistance, they are always connected in parallel. Okay, so here you can see the two wires, one is going towards voltmeter and one is going towards ammeter, and here the second wire, one is going towards voltmeter and the other is going towards the variable resistance. In this way the circuit is completed. I will show you this experimentally also, how the circuit is connected. Okay. Now what we have to do is, after completion of circuit we are going to insert the key, so that the circuit will be completed and the current will start flowing through it. Then we have to record ammeter and voltmeter readings in the table given below. Okay, here you can see the readings are already written. We have done the experiment actually and the readings are written. I am going to show the readings also. Okay, so then we are going to record all the readings. Here in observations you can see the observations. First is least count of ammeter. What is meaning of least count here? Least count is means what? Whatever the smallest division shows here. So here we are using the ammeter with least count 5 milliampere. That means that the smallest division shows 5 milliamperes. Similarly for voltmeter the least count is 0.2 volts. Okay. Now let us see the experiment. Let us see how to connect the circuit and how to take the readings. Let us start with the circuit. See, first I am showing you the complete circuit. You can see the complete circuit here. Now I am going towards each and every component of the circuit. See, as I have said, we have to start from battery. You can see that here this is positive terminal red color and this is negative terminal black color. Okay. So the positive terminal of the battery is connected to the ammeter's positive. Can you see here ammeter? Then the negative of ammeter is connected to the resistance, as I have seen. See here resistance. Resistance is having two wires. One is going towards the ammeter and other is going towards the, see very clearly you can see that the voltmeter is connected in parallel to the resistance. See, the green color wires are connected to the voltmeter and they both are going towards the resistance. Okay. And from resistance here, one wire is going towards ammeter as I have shown. And the second yellow color wire you can see here, it is connected to the rheostat. Okay. Then from rheostat to the key, and from key to the negative of battery. Okay. So we started from positive terminal and we came at negative terminals. The complete circuit is shown to you. Okay, you will find that the key is open. This is called as open key. That means the current is not flowing through the circuit. Now when we insert the key, the current will start flowing through the circuit. Okay. Now the circuit is completed. You can see the circuit here. Now as soon as we inserted the key here, you can see the deflection in ammeter. Also you can see the deflection in voltmeter. It is showing you the current here in milliammeters, and here it is showing you the voltage or potential difference. Okay. Now we are going to take reading. Now you can see that the voltmeter is showing 2 volts. I have adjusted this by using this rheostat. Okay. Here you can shift this to adjust the voltage. See, as I am shifting this, you can see that the needle is moving. So I am adjusting it on the 2 volts exactly. So when it is showing 2 volts, you can see the milliammeter reading here, and it is showing 25 milliammeter. Okay. So in this way we are going to take the readings. Afterwards, again by rotating this or by shifting this, we can adjust the voltage to 3. Now you can see 3 volts are here. At the same time you can see the milliammeter reading, that is 35. Okay. So this way we are going to take all the readings, and then by using the table we will do the remaining calculations. Okay. So let us see now the calculations there. Okay. So see here, you can see here the first column is given as resistance. Here we don't have to write anything. Here readings are given, 5 readings are there, but we are taking only 4 readings. They are more than enough. The first column you can see here ammeter reading, and it is written I. That means ammeter shows us current, and that current we need in amperes. You know that ampere is the unit of current. Okay. Now this column is divided into 2 parts, actual reading and corrected reading. Why it is so? Just now I told that the unit of current is ampere, but you must have seen that when we have taken the readings, the current was showing in milliamperes. That means our actual readings are in milliamperes. Okay. So we have to convert them to amperes, and you know the relation here, that 1 ampere is equal to 10 raised to 3 milliamperes. That means what? When you want to convert into milliamperes, you have to write down 10 raised to minus 3 here. Okay. So 25 milliamperes, when we are converting into amperes, it is going to become 25 into 10 raised to minus 3. Okay. Then the voltmeter reading is 2 volts, you can see, and we want in volts only. So here we know there is no need to correct it. We are not going to correct it. So put a dash here in this column. Okay. And the last column you can see, we have to find the value of resistance R. Okay. So the formula all of you know, R is equal to V upon I. So here you are going to go do actual division. 2 divided by 25 into 10 raised to minus 3. That means 2000 divided by 25. The answer will turn out to be 80. Similarly, you have to do all the divisions. And after doing all the divisions, you are going to get the different resistances here. Okay? From this, you have to calculate mean. How to calculate mean? Now you know that whenever we want to find the average or mean, we have to add all the observations and divide by number of observations. Okay? So mean is equal to 80 plus 85.71 plus 80 plus 83 divided by 4 and that will turn out to be 82.17 ohm, correct? Okay, now let us go towards the next part, that is graph. Here what you have to do is, the part of graph paper is given to you. On that you are going to plot y-axis and x-axis, correct? So here along x-axis we are going to write voltage, that is V, also called as potential difference. Okay? So here 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit taken here. Okay? So here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the voltage is shown here, and on y-axis we have written current in milliamperes. Okay? So in readings we have seen that our current is varying from 25 to 60. So accordingly we have taken the reading scale here, that is 1 centimeter is equal to 10 milliamperes, and therefore you can see the markings 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Now by making use of the readings here, the points are plotted. See, for example, at 2 volts the value of the current is 25, therefore this is the first point. Similarly all the points are plotted, and then a line passing through them is plotted. We have taken care that the line passes through the origin, and what we found here is the line is a straight, the graph is a straight line, which shows that here that current is directly proportional to the voltage, which is Ohm's law. Okay? So here you have to write down the answer. The graph of potential difference versus current is a straight line. This is your answer. And down here in calculations which we have done previously, you will write down the final answer as 82.17 ohms, which we have calculated. From that you have to write down the inference, that is conclusion. The electric current flowing through the circuit varies directly with the potential difference. Write down the answer, potential difference. Second one, the value of unknown resistance is equal to 82.17 ohm, correct? And third one, the graph between V and I is a straight line, as I have explained you. Okay? So this way we have completed the experiment. Now let us go towards multiple choice questions. Come down. Okay? So first one here, when the resistance of the conductor increases, then the current will decrease. Okay? Because the resistance as it is increases, the current decreases. That you have studied. So very clearly you can mark it. Write down option number B. Second, what will happen to current passing through a resistance if potential difference across it is double and the resistance is half? Now for this you have to make use of the formula, that is V is equal to IR. Ohm's law formula you will use, and from that you will get the answer as option D, that the resistance is going to, here when the resistance is half and when the potential difference is double, the current is going to become 4 times. Okay? Third one, straight line is obtained on drawing the graph of current against potential difference. These prove Ohm's law. Very easy. In the beginning only I told that we are doing the experiment for Ohm's law. Next, there are 20 divisions on the range of 0 to 2.5 volts of voltmeter. Therefore, least count of the voltmeter is dash. I told you least count means what? What the smallest division shows us on the voltmeter. So here this 0.5 we have to divide by 20, and therefore the answer is option B, 0.025. Okay. Then fifth is similar to second one. Here also you have to make use of the formula, and from that you have to calculate here. I have already calculated, and the option is, correct option is C, that is 1/4. So complete it. Okay. Then questions are given. Which law is proved in the experiment of electric current, potential difference and electric resistance? Explain it. So you know the answer, Ohm's law, and write down the Ohm's law from the textbook. In the textbook it is given very clearly, so you will complete it. Second question, what will be the effect of change in length and thickness of the electric wire in the experiment of electric current, potential difference and electric resistance? Okay, so here you have to make use of this property that resistance is directly proportional to the length and it is inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the wire. What this means that if the length of the wire increases, the resistance is going to increase, and if the thickness of the wire increases, then the resistance is going to decrease, because it is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area. So in short, you can write down this relationship here, that is R is proportional to length and inversely proportional to area. Okay, so I hope you must have understood this experiment. Complete the journal immediately. Okay, thank you students.